Okay, so things have changed over the past few days since you guys seen me last at the expo. We have got some pretty bad rain. Fix that. Pretty bad rain. We probably got a total of 3.5 inches of rain over the last 3 days, and everything is like super wet right now. And it's cold and windy. So things have changed. It was super nice Saturday, and then not so much today. But I need to get some stuff done. I want to show you guys a little bit. I got some footage of when my buddy Martin and Julie were down that I want to show you guys. Martin Johnson, Off-Grid Living. Big shout out to them. If you guys are not following them yet, you need to. You will not regret. They're doing the same thing that we're doing. They're just further ahead than we are, and they got all their solar hooked up, and they're running the whole house off of it. But what Martin did for me is he drove 24 hours to hook up my solar for me, and we did not film any of that, but I did film some after the fact, and him talking about it. It's pretty much the same. We'll walk over there. It's pretty much the same setup he has for the most part, so he was really familiar with everything that we had. He jumped out of his truck and said, "Hey, you ready to hook this up?" And I said, "Let's do it." And he went in there and just started doing his thing, and it has been working really, really good. I cannot believe. I'm thankful for that. Very, very thankful for that, because I talk about here in a little bit too how when we started messing with it, kind of just got a little overwhelmed with it because we had so much going on, and then we kind of just put it on the back burner. So it all worked out really well. So he came down for the expo. Him and Julie came down with Seth and his daughter, and came down and met them. And we just had a really, really great time with hanging out with them and all that. But we were lucky to get a little bit of work done while they were here, and it worked out good. So let me show you a little bit of footage that I did get with him, showing the system, and then more walk over there because I'm going to change out some of the stuff that we did, and I'll explain that in just a minute. So let's check out Martin doing his thing. Okay, so you guys seen I didn't film a whole lot day one at the whole hog butchering class over at Gary and Cassie's house. I think it went really, really well. We have special guests here I've been talking about. They're going to come over and do a little work for me, and I've been putting Marty to work like no other. Let me turn this around and show you. Hey, Marty.
Hey.
So as soon as you pulled up yesterday, you jumped out and you started putting wires everywhere.
We did, yeah. we got that's some solar working now, right? We got power coming in from the panels, charging batteries. We were running your well pump.
Yep.
Right? We had like gallons of water pumping out
everywhere.
And now we got the freezer running off of it.
This is awesome.
Yeah. So right now we're drawing 186 watts to run the freezer and whatever the inverter's using just to run itself. But yeah, so we were pulling what, 3,000 something,
like 3,500.
Yeah, 3,500 watts while we were running the well, and that's at 240 volts.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. It's working.
Man, you're awesome, dude. So literally, he said, "Hey, you want to work on that solar?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to work on that solar." He comes in here and just like puts it together in like 2 hours. So you want to come just give him a gist of what you did?
Oh, sure. Yeah, so we got, anyway, we wired up the batteries, right? These are 12-volt batteries. So we wired these all up in series, and they are 48 volts now. And then we have our battery shunt right here, which plugs into this. And this thing can tell Dutch how much power he's using, what percent his batteries are at. Like right now it says we're at 99.8%. So we got charged up batteries. We got a battery disconnect switch right here, fuse, 250 amp fuse, and then we've got a charge controller here and the inverter. So this power comes in from the solar panels right here. This does its solar power magic, and then it charges the batteries. And so that's what we got.
And it works.
And it works.
Worked the first time.
Yeah.
So we went into your house, and I looked at all your stuff, and we got motivated to do this. So we try to mimic as much as we can. Obviously, we got little bit different stuff, but then we started working on it, and it's like, man, we just kind of got like overwhelmed at first, and then we started building the house. We just got sidetracked.
Yeah, sure.
So then it just worked out perfect. You're coming down to the expo, and like literally, he just looked at it, and he knew, like, because it's pretty much a lot of the same system you got.
Yeah, it's a lot of the exact same stuff that we have.
So you were familiar with it, and you actually made it look really easy.
Yeah. So it's not the prettiest.
It's real. It's pretty to me.
Job, but it's working. You know?
And Marty was telling me, like, so we have more solar panels out there we might mess with, but this will handle all the solar I got right now.
Yeah, it'll handle it all.
And if I want to get more, I can just get another charge controller.
That's right.
and
Yeah.
you know, and then just do exactly the same thing, so we can start just adding to
You
it.
can add to it.
So he's made this very simple for me to actually add more solar, just for say. And this is a 6,000 watt. Was that? Did it say a surge? A 6,000 surge? I can't remember.
It is. Where does it say? I thought it said on here 6,000 watts. I don't know what the surge is on it. It probably says in the book.
It's pretty high because didn't you say it surged like 5,500 at one point or somewhere around there?
Yeah.
So that's handled it just right, and so we're in business now. We can't thank you enough, Marty. I appreciate you. So hey, how was the first day of the hog processing class? What did you think?
Awesome. Yeah. No, I mean there's a lot of people there. You know, people that turned up to actually learn. You know, I think, and they got in there. You know, and they were like scraping their hair off and everything. So anybody that wanted an opportunity to actually hands-on with the pig, I mean, I think they had lots of opportunity. To do that. Yeah. And
you didn't try what they cooked.
I didn't try the fried innards. No.
It was different. I would eat it, like if I was hungry, I'd eat it. I probably won't go out and make it again, but it wasn't bad. One thing I did see Seth getting in there, getting his hands dirty. I think he liked it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was cool. You know, I mean, they cut the whole pig in half. You know, I mean, and then the really interesting part was when they cut the head in half.
I didn't even think they would do that. I didn't know they did that.
So they cut the head in half, and the whole, like, the brain cavity was like empty. Did you notice that?
No, is that from when they discharged
from
it?
When they shot it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like there was like nothing in there.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
We're getting ready to go back over there for Hallie's birthday. It's Hallie's birthday today, and then tomorrow we're gonna go to the whole hog class. Like they're actually gonna cut the meat and stuff up.
Or how to get pork chops.
So
where the pork chops come from, I don't know. But
we're gonna find out real soon. So thanks a lot, Marty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Mary. So every time the dogs come out, they go in there looking for dog food. It's like a little treat for them, I guess. But can you see all this? This is my water line that we did, and I piled it up. I piled it up so it would sink. And sorry for the wind, but it's pretty windy today. And you can see a lot of it has sunk if you guys watch other videos. So once it dries out, I'll pile it up again and then pack it down a little bit and keep doing that until the water line is completely full. What's up, Gracie? And so the water line is completely filled up, because if I just scraped it all off and put all the extra dirt to the side, it would just completely caved in when we got all this rain. So that's why I did that. So yeah, you can see Martin, if you're familiar with his setup, it's pretty similar to ours, minus the inverter and things like that. But for the most part, it's pretty close, and it has been working really well. So let me walk over here and show you what I'm gonna attempt to change out today. And this is his recommendation, and it actually made a lot of sense to me. So we got these solar panels. I actually got one more at my in-laws, and I need to go get it. But we have the solar panels that have been sitting right there. I left them in the box because I didn't want the sun getting on them. So we have those. Those are 200 watt panels. And look at this. And these 5 that we hooked up that I've had out, you guys seen in videos and how we put the stand up. These 5 are 100 watts. Well, I have 5 of the 200 watts, so that would give me 1,000 watts. If we take these off. We got 4 here, need to go with the other one. So what he recommended doing is, because he said you will lose some efficiency if you mix and match. So what we're going to do is we're going to hook up these 4 that I have today. We'll hook these 4 up, so that'll give us 800 watts to go into the well house and charge the batteries, compared to the 500. So if that makes sense, we'll have 800, but then I get there too, and we'll end up having 1,000, and that will charge my little system really quick. So I'm going to do that today. What I'm going to do with these 5, I think I'll end up, I bought the piece I hook up to my camper where we can actually charge the batteries that we got on there that run all the lights, because there's been I could tell you guys a crazy story. Let me tell you a story real quick about why I probably do need to get that hooked up on solar. So this weekend, you guys know we have been super busy with the expo. You guys know that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, that was our 3-day event that we put on. Well, we were hardly here. We were here for like 5 hours a night to sleep, minus the 1 day that we got to work out here. That's how busy we were. So when was it? Friday night we got home. We got home like at, I think it was like 11, I think it might have been around 12 or so. We got home and the batteries were dead. The water was out. I just wasn't prepared to come home and have things ready. It was 50 degrees in the camper, and Brandy said, you know, maybe we should go get a hotel tonight, because we got to get up about 6 hours and do this all over again, and we need to take showers, and there's no lights. I was like, yeah. I said call one, and we'll see if we can't get in for the night. Well, she and Martin and them were here, so I was gonna tell them, hey, we'll see you in the morning type of deal. And I don't even know if I told them this or not, but she calls, and they were booked up. And then she called another one, and they were booked up. And she called another one. She said, hey, look, you're not going to find a room all of Mays County. They're all sold out for this big event someone's putting on down at the Pryor Fairgrounds. Well, that was us, and she didn't know. That's pretty funny. But all the hotels were sold out in Mays County for the expo. And I told Brandy, it's like, what are we going to do? So I went, because I turned the generator on. And I was like, well, will it charge up? It'll start working. Well, it wasn't working. I was like, man, what's going on? I finally figured out that it had tripped the breaker, the 220 breaker had tripped, turned it back on, and it worked perfect. Got the water filled. About 30 minutes later, I got everything fixed, got the temperature back up. And where I'm going with this story is, if I would have had my solar hooked up to the camper, we wouldn't have to worry about the batteries going dead, not having any lights in there, not having any heat, because the furnace runs off those two batteries, those two like car batteries that we have in the front of the camper. And once those batteries go dead, and they're lasting us about probably like 18 hours of actually without charging them, so that's pretty good. We don't have to run the generator at night if we don't want to. So I usually, what I do is I charge in the morning and charge at night before we go to bed. So a few hours I'll charge those, but by hooking these 5 solar panels up, I shouldn't have to charge those batteries anymore. They should just charge, because it has a built-in solar whatever in the camper. I'm not expert. You guys know I'm learning all this stuff, and without Martin coming out, I still wouldn't have this hooked up. But did you see how good of a job he did? That's the plan though. So we'll get all this stuff switched out. Let me go in here and show you guys this. And we got all the wires running and stuff. This is just temporary because we've been so busy. This is just to get the system hooked up, see if it's working. Because I got wires and stuff running around. We'll fix that. These are rated for the sun, so it's not that big deal. They'll be fine for now. I'm just walking. Okay, I got sidetracked there. I don't even know what I was talking about. I think I was going to show you the system, if you guys can see me here, that Marty hooked up for me. Everything seems to be working well. The only problem that we've had so far with this is when we ran the well pump with it. The well pump worked great. It surged. I think we talked about it. It surged like 550. This is a 6,000 watt. And then it came back down to like 3,000, 3,500, something like that. And then it was running good. But once the water was done pumping out of the well itself, it went down to 1,000 watts of usage. And let me show you this real quick. So the problem we were having, that pump right there never shut off. Now that's the pump that pumps it out of the tank and goes and feeds it down to the house and all the faucets and all that. The thing is, that was like, all right, well, you probably got a leak somewhere. That's why that's continuing to run all the time. But we don't, because we shut all the valves off wherever on the property, and then it was still doing it. But then we shut the main valve off right there. That valve right there, we shut that off, and that stops it from going right there. So if we had a leak anywhere, it'd be right here. We'd see it, because it's literally the pipe right there, right there, and right there, and it stops before it goes into all that. So that pump right there just continued to run. It continued to run nonstop, and it was using 1,000 watts. It was using 1,000 watts, just running. So that should not be running. I cannot imagine a scenario where that would have to be running like that unless it's pumping water somewhere. That's what I'm saying. Like if we were running a faucet out here, and we test it all, if we're running a faucet, that will be running all the time because it's pumping water. It's filling the bladder up in the pressure tank, and it's running. So we have an issue somewhere. So if any of you guys are familiar with what I just described, send me an email at keepingitdutch.com. Probably not a message or not a comment, because I might not see that. Email would be best if you are familiar with that. Why would that continue to run like that? And I'm going to contact my well guy and ask him about it. There may be something simple on there, a setting or something. I don't know. I'm not familiar with this. I didn't install this. That's beyond my knowledge and element of knowledge, I guess you might say. I didn't do it, so I don't know a whole lot about it. I could do a little research, but some of you guys may have some wisdom on that I don't. If you do, send me an email, please. So all that system, I'm really super excited that we got hooked that up. Like I said, a big shout out to Marty coming over here and hooked that up for me. He's a lifesaver on that. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and move these panels. I'm going to disconnect them. I'm going to set the other ones up. Those batteries are showing charge right now. Plus it's an overcast day, so we're not going to get any battery charge anyways, and we wouldn't be charging anyways. We're full. So we'll go ahead and move these. I'll probably go take them over to the camper, set them up. Just set them over there, get them out of the way for now, and get these all set up. That way, whenever we start running that, because I want to be able to do laundry by using that and not my generator. And I think we can eventually, if it's not running 1,000 watts all the time. It will drain the batteries like really fast doing that, so I won't be able to do laundry with it. So but it works really good right now for doing all the other stuff that I need to do without turning the generator on. So anyways, let me get this hooked set up and get these moved over, and I'll show you hooking these up. I thought Brandy ran these over the other day. Let me check, because she said she ran something over, and she ran over, I think she hit like that big 6x6 post, and these are right there. But actually, I don't think she did. I think she hit the post and it saved these, because she would have ran these completely over. That wouldn't have been good. Yeah, I don't see nothing broke, so we dodged one on that one. Let's go ahead and move these smaller ones out of here. Let me show you how they're hooked up. I better take a picture of it so I don't forget. So we got the positive to the negative, positive to the negative, and then negative to the negative all the way running into there. So that's how we're gonna hook up the other big ones. So let me move all these, get them out of the way. Get this moved over there. Okay, so I need to put it up here on this one so there's no shadow on it. We may end up having to make another stand for these, but this will work for now. Let me move this stuff out of the way. I may end up just putting it on the ground like I got that one. I may have to just do this right here until we figure out something better. So once I get my other one over here, that'll be 10, or that'll be 1,000 watts. And I think my charge controller is actually rated for like 1,500. So I can get a couple more. And then I can always get another charge controller and add on to that. And I know a lot of you guys watching this know more about this than I do, but that's the gist of my understanding. Okay, so I got these set up. I'm not gonna hook them up yet. I can hook, well, can I? Let me see. I'll hook them up tomorrow when I go get the other solar panel, and it's supposed to be sunnier tomorrow. So maybe in that video I will show you hooking it up and seeing what kind of input we got, what draw we got from the sun. But right now there's no power going in. The batteries are full. Got an overcast for the last 3 days, and that they've charged. So that's pretty cool. So what's awesome about it is since Marty actually came down and physically showed me, I literally just sat there and watched him do it and hand him stuff. Big shout out to my father-in-law, because my father-in-law was crimping all the wires for us. And we had people over, so I was running back and forth. I felt kind of bad because Marty was in there working by himself with my father-in-law outside. So they kind of did all that for me while I was doing other things. Other people were over here. It was a really, really busy day that day. But between Randy, my father-in-law, and Martin, they got hooked up. And without Martin, it wanted to happen, because me and Randy tried it before, and it was just one of the things like, we'll do it some other time. Let's go look at Bobby. Bobby's yelling at us. So that's what we did today. I wanted to show you guys the new solar. A lot of people at the expo asked me, when are you gonna get your solar hooked up? And I said, well, there's a little secret. Marty already got hooked up for me. I didn't tell nobody yet because I videoed it and I wanted to show you guys first. But yeah, so that's it. We got solar out here, and then once I get the little 500 watts hooked up to the camper, I'll show you guys that too. Let's go check out Bobby. Look at him, he's about to blow away in the wind. Bobby, you're beautiful. I haven't told you this today, but you're really beautiful. Why is he hiding from me? Bobby, they want to see you. No, no. Look how long he's getting. His feathers. Are you gonna run from us? You need a girlfriend, Bobby? Did he find you a girlfriend? The ladies are over here scratching for bugs. They're all over there. What's awesome about letting your chickens free range, it cuts down on your feed bill tremendously. That's what they've been free ranging since they got out here, what, 7-8 months ago, and they don't eat near as much food now. So you know when it's like really cold and stuff, like and snow on the ground, they couldn't be going and getting bugs. So we fed them a lot thin. But I'm gonna have some major updates on the house, some things I have not shown you guys yet, things that we're gonna be working on in the near future. So maybe by next week, the house that we have now won't even look like the house that we have now. I'm expecting a major transformation over the next week and a half to be able to share with you guys. And we got a special delivery the other day that I have not shared with you guys either. We actually got the masonry heater delivered. It's just sitting over there on the pallet. Maybe I'll show you guys that another time. We've had to reschedule the installation, which is perfectly fine by me because it's winter's over, like it's spring now, and we're not even over there. But as long as we get it in by winter next year, next fall, we'll be fine. But the plan is to get that installed in April sometime. So we'll definitely be showing you guys that. I'm super excited to show you guys that. I'm ready to start using it. Just the cooking in it will be awesome because it's got a little cooker up above it. So we got a lot of things going to be happening over the next week and a half. Just kind of priming you guys for it. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you came to the Okie Expo, thank you very much. We appreciate you guys. And don't forget to go check out Martin Johnson Off-Grid Living. You won't be disappointed.